Hey, what's up guys? Chief Pat here, and today bringing you guys a brand new Clash Royale video, and today we're going to be talking about the Electro Wizard challenge coming out soon inside of Clash Royale, which is going to be amazing and an awesome way to get an Electro Wizard for free. So the Electro Wizard is the newest legendary card inside of Clash Royale coming out soon, and the new game mode coming out, I think in like 28 hours, 30 hours, something like that, is going to let you play with the Electro Wizard, create your own deck around it, and if you end up getting 12 wins, not only will you get an awesome chest, but you'll get a free Electro Wizard. It's really cool, and it's the only way to get the card before it actually comes out inside of the game. So if you're a good enough player, if you're lucky enough, skilled enough to make your way to the top, get all 12 wins, you'll unlock that Electro Wizard and be able to kick some butt and use it, and everyone will be super jealous because you'll probably be one of the few people that have it. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to play a little bit with the Electro Wizard. We're not going to focus on it though. We're more talking about the challenge itself. And all in all, I think the challenge is going to be really cool. Just like any other challenge, you're going to get a free entry to be able to play the Electro Wizard challenge in the very beginning. And then after that, I think it does cost, it is going to cost gems to be able to play. So make sure if you guys want to keep going for the Electro Wizard, you're going to have some gems saved up to be able to go for it. But it's going to be awesome. I'm going to go for a 12-win Electro Wizard inside of the chest myself. And all in all, the Electro Wizard has been a pretty awesome card. You can throw it in almost any single deck that you're using and use it sort of like a Musketeer, which is great. It's 4 elixir. It is a legendary, but think of it as a Musketeer that zaps and does awesome damage. However, it is one-shottable by a fireball, so keep that in mind. And there's a lot of different ways you can create decks, try a bunch of different stuff, and hopefully be able to pick up some wins with it to try to get that 12-win chest and be able to take that Electro Wizard home. And one cool thing is if you actually end up winning an Electro Wizard, it'll be possible to find the Electro Wizard inside of a deck that you open regularly. So if you have the Electro Wizard in your inventory, you'll be able to find it inside of a regular chest before anyone else has the opportunity to be able to, which is pretty neat for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the challenge. Best of luck when it comes out, guys. It's in about 30 hours. And let's just go ahead and do some matches against Alvaro845, showing off the Electro Wizard, show you guys a couple different decks that you can play alongside it. And let's go ahead and get to it right now. Now for me, I'm using the Electro Wizard as a support card. So obviously you can drop it right on top of the other units and get that big AoE splash to be able to do the zap spell damage whenever you drop it down. But for me, I'm using it sort of as a backup to the Royal Giant inside of this deck. So I'm going to be playing a bunch of different decks today to show you exactly what you can do to get done with it. Here goes the Electro Wizard here. I'm not playing it on top of the Elite Barbarians, so they don't just end up crushing it in like 1 second, but his Fireball will take it out, so keep that in mind. But the towers are going to be pretty even right now. In fact, I think I have actually a couple 100 HP advantage though, so let's drop a Royal GG and see if we can finish off this game. All right, Royal Giant's going forward. He's going to play his Electro Wizard. He's stopping this push at absolutely all costs, and because of that, I'm going to Fireball and zap that Musketeer right there. Looks like his Electro Wizard and Ice Spirit will be running down the lane, but with only 25 seconds left, I don't think he actually has a zap spell. He only has the Electro Wizard, which isn't going to be able to help his Hog Rider. And with 17 seconds left, Royal Giant in the center, that's going to be able to back it up. And all in all, the Electro Wizard did a pretty nice job backing up my troops inside of this battle, and the Skeleton Army was the real MVP against the Elite Barbarians. The Elite Barbarians are just so good that I wanted to be able to take those out. And the Skeleton Army definitely is the best counter to the Elite Barbarians inside of the entire game right now, and that's why you're seeing so many of them across the game. Now, it looks like this one's going to be 2 crowns to 0 against Alvaro. We weren't playing the most serious decks. We trolled around and had fun with different types of decks. So I'm going to try this next one right here, which actually has the Hog Rider and the Rage Spell inside of it. And we're sort of just finding the best deck to make. Actually, I think this is the Golem deck that I played. And let's go ahead and try this one out and see how it does. And yeah, the Electro Wizard, if you guys are doing the 12-win challenge, you're probably going to want to find, you know, a solid deck before you actually, you know, try out the challenge, because you're only going to get 1 free entry. So you want to make sure you make that one count. So take a look, you know, at the decks that I'm playing, that some of your favorite YouTubers are playing, and make that first one count if you don't want to end up having to cough up some gems to play inside the challenge, because it could be a free Electro Wizard for you, especially for you free-to-play guys, without really having to do anything for it except for pick up those W's inside of the game. All right, so Golem reached the tower. So far, so good inside of this one. I'm going to Fireball down the Archers. Not the best elixir trade right there, especially because I could have played it a little bit earlier, but all in all, not too bad. Tower's down to 1,469, which is definitely doable, and we've got a pretty nice lead right now, so let's just go ahead and continue onward, checking out the Electro Wizard damage. Yeah, I'm just going to keep playing stuff at the back, and the Golem really is my win condition, so we've got to play that pretty well, and he actually has a Golem as well. So let's go ahead and do our own little Lumberjack Electro Wizard push. He's going to let that Lumberjack get to the tower, and this is where we're going to start doing some good damage. I'll zap down his Electro Wizard, and now our Lumberjack's going to do work. Unfortunately, the Log Spell is going to pop off, though, so We did get good damage on that tower, but now he does have a golem and he does have a mega minion. I've got to play this perfectly to be able to stop it. As soon as the mega minion gets slowed by the ice wizard, that's when I played my mega minion, but I should have waited for the mega minion to lock onto my ice wizard, because right now that tower is gone. There's nothing I can do to stop that push right there. This golem is going to deck me completely. Looks like the fireball is going to come out as well, and at this point I've got to try to conserve elixir so I don't throw this entire game. Fireball sort of tempting, but now let's get the lumberjack out to kill these archers, or else this tower is going to go down way too low, and he's actually going to drop his Electro Wizard, but my lumberjack will be able to get 2 hits for every shock. So 2 hits, shock, 2 hits, shock. There goes another log spell right there. And now we've got to just hold on and use our golem and pray that he doesn't end the game right here with the golem right in front of our king tower. All right, so far, golem's going to be trekking down the lane. There's his golem. He's smart. He's not defending against my golem. He's just going to finish this one off. I've got to play the ice wizard. I've got to play my Electro Wizard. I'm going to do Electro Wizard plus the mega minion. Getting the zap from the Electro Wizard was definitely crucial. And then now we should be able to cut this lumberjack down to pieces, hopefully before it does too much damage against me. I'm going to zap down those archers, ending up killing one of them. Princess going down as well. And take a look at the tombstone right there, which is doing work against my golem. Fireball onto those skeletons. And this is where it has to count. We have to take this tower down to 0. There's nothing else I can do unless that tower goes down with the golem. The golem's going to explode before doing its damage. I've got to cycle to my fireball as soon as possible. The tower's all the way down to 109.56. Just barely not going to be able to knock that tower down, and that is going to be the end of the game. Unlucky, but a really good match against Alvaro. You could see golem versus golem action right there. The Electro Wizard did pretty well right there and held its own inside of the battle. Now let's get into one more battle right here and see if we can pull off a win. I've got the skeletons plus the graveyard inside of this deck. This one's going to be a little bit funky. We're going to start off with the graveyards first. We've got a clone spell as well, which is going to be really fun using this deck. And let's go ahead and get ready by fireballing down those minions and check out the next card available, the giant skeleton. We're going to do the giant skeleton clone deck, which is just so much fun to play. And I'm just going to defend against his pushes right here. I'll take a little bit of damage from the miner as well as the mega minion. Not going to mind that too much, but with my elixir advantage, I'm hoping to make sure I get that giant skeleton to the tower. Using the Electro Wizard to back the giant skeleton up, we should be able to have a lot of success. And let's see if we can end up knocking that down. So let's drop that giant skeleton. I've got the graveyard. I've got a bunch of options with this deck. Do I want to use the graveyard? Do I want to use the Electro Wizard? Do I want to use the clone spell? Lots and lots of options to try to get this giant skeleton in the tower. Let's go ahead and drop it as the graveyard as soon as the giant skeleton goes across. I've got the Electro Wizard. I've got the zap spell onto the minions, but his elite barbarians are going to dominate my push right here. This is not good at all. We've got that giant bomb doing absolutely nothing. We've got the skeleton army finally going down to help out against these elite barbarians, but with that fireball, we're going to take a bunch of punishment right here. In fact, this tower is probably going to go down to 0 because the elite barbarians are just so strong. And that is going to be the very first tower of the game. Our giant skeleton gamble did not work right there, so let's go ahead and see if we can keep doing it with another giant skeleton on the right-hand side, and hopefully be able to keep making our way through this this Electro Wizard challenge and give you guys an idea of some different decks that you're going to be able to play to try it out. All right, giant skeleton's gone down right now. We've got the graveyard prepared. Once we get into double elixir, things should be better, but there goes a lava hound, and I definitely didn't expect to see that one. So let's make sure we can deal with that and not get too blindsided by that lava hound. All right, mega minion's going down right now. I've got the fireball into the tombstone. I don't want to deal with that tombstone. I've got a zap, which I could play as well. That honestly would have been pretty good. Instead, I'm going to clone my giant skeleton. Take a look at the double giant bombs right there. It's going to blow the Electro Wizard to pieces, which is sort of nice. But all in all, not really the start to the game that I wanted. And we have to get to the tower. We've only got 45 seconds left, so the next push really has to be the one to knock this tower out, or else we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So let's get the graveyard ready. Let's get the skeleton army ready. Let's get everything we have ready. And here goes graveyard giant skeleton. The Electro Wizard doing a lot better job this time, helping out with the skeletons inside of the tombstone. I've got a fireball going down onto his Electro Wizard. Hopefully it hits it. It just barely does. I'm going to clone my giant skeleton. Let's make our... Okay. We didn't make our way to the tower, but the skeletons from the graveyard spell are going to take that tower, giving us the very first tower for us of the game. And now the game is almost even. There goes the elite barbarians, and the giant skeleton is actually going to be a pretty decent counter. However, the giant skeleton bomb takes a while to explode, so keep that in mind if you're trying to use it. And because of that, we're going to take at least one elite barbarian hit right there before the bomb explodes. So all in all, 400 damage, not too bad. Let's go ahead and go down this left-hand side and to see if we can finish this one off. Skeleton army going right into his face. We've got the graveyard following up. Who cares about the lava hound? Let's go for the win. I've got the giant skeleton in my hand. I'm going to drop that dead center to try to knock this tower out and take a look as the giant skeleton's doing work. I'm going to clone it and bring... Okay, I was hoping that the giant skeleton would run towards the tower, but now it's running towards the tower. The very first giant skeleton we can get to the tower all game, and even though his lava hound did work, we did our own work with the giant skeleton. The tower's down to 611, and this is where we need to go for the gusto. I'm debating what play to make. Do I want to play skeleton army, graveyard? Let's do skeleton army, graveyard combination. I've got everyone doing work. The mega minions doing work. The skeletons are onto his tower. The fireball's going down, and that's going to bring the tower down to 47. And guess what? The sap spell is going to give us the win for an epic 2 crown to 1-0, or 2 crown to 1 victory. I said 2-1-0 against my boy Alvaro 845. So, woo, the Electro Wizard is so much fun to play. Lots of different stuff coming with the Electro Wizard challenge. Again, just like any normal challenge, except with the Electro Wizard, it's a legendary challenge, so you guys are going to be able to build a deck with the Electro Wizard and actually use all cards inside of this game. That's going to be crazy. You can create whatever deck you guys want to pick up a win, which is going to be so much fun, and I can't wait for you guys to check it out and get into it. Hopefully you guys can get a 12-win chest. I'm going to do my best to get an Electro Wizard for you guys and see what I can do. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.